Hi there, I'm Aman and you're watching Video Classes. Today I'm back with one more lesson from grade 11th English, and today we are going to read a very lovely poem from your book Hornbill. And this poem is written by Marcus Nathan. As you can see from the title, Childhood, it is about the best phase in the life of a human being. So, the poem is composed in a way that it is asking a question and um, it is a normal take on the uh, activity that happens in every individual's life. A phase comes and a phase goes. Like childhood is there, adolescence is there, adulthood is there, then you become old. So all the phases of life are there with you, and you enjoy, you cherish every phase of the life. But sometimes you feel like that, oh, that phase of my life, how it was. When people grew old, they think about their adulthood, their adolescence, and when we are in our adulthood and we are in our adolescence, mostly we think that what if we could have been a child again? So let's begin reading this very beautiful poem, and I'm going to explain you also the poem. Before that, see, Childhood is written by Marcus Nathan. In this poem, the poet thinks over his lost childhood. The poet contemplates on the thought that why my childhood is gone and where it has gone. He wonders about the moment where he lost the innocence and realized that the world is not what he seemed it to be. He recalls when his thoughts changed and he realized the hypocrisy of the people around him. He finally settled down to the idea that his childhood went to some forgotten place and is hidden in the face of an innocent infant. Okay, so let's see what the first stanza is. When did my childhood go? Was it the day I ceased to be 11? Was it the time I realized that hell and heaven could not be found in geography and therefore could not be? Was that the day? So here the poet is asking himself that when did my childhood go? When did I lose my innocence? Was it the time when I became 11? He was thinking some incident that I became 11 and I became bad, or I did something, so my innocence, my childhood was gone. Or that when I realized that there is hell and heaven, not in geography. Like a child used to think that these are the things that we have been told by our parents, stories, folks. So he thinks that by saying that when I realize that hell and heaven are not there in geography, he's giving a very nice example. He's saying that hell and heaven, the places which are imaginary, he realizes that thing that they are not found in geography book. They are not actual places. So is that I turned mature, and with this example he's uh, pointing to several things that he understood, that there is no tooth fairy, no Santa Claus, like that. So this is the first stanza. Ceased here is the word that means come to an end. In the above lines, the poet wonders about his childhood came to an end. He asked himself, was he when he turned 11? Was it the time when he turned 11? Or was it the day when he realized that hell and heaven existed but could not be found in any geography book? He realized they are imaginary places that are actually do not exist in the world. Now, when did my childhood go? Was it the time I realized that adults were not all they seem to be? They talked of love and preached of love, but did not act so lovingly. Was that the day? At the end, he's making a statement by an exclamation mark that was that the day? Sorry. So he says that I, when we think that we have to be loving, we have to be kind, but it is not actual thing. We don't act that nicely. So was it the time when I lost my childhood? In the above stanza, the poet again repeats the same question about when did his childhood go. He wonders about the day when he started seeing the world with a new perception, that adults are hypocrites, they are liars, and how are not they seem to be. The adults who talked of love, who talk about love, kindness, empathy, they do not behave lovingly. Their wars, their crimes, their uh, attacks on uh, different countries, there is treachery, there are murders. So bad things are there in the society. So how can we say that we love each other, we care for each other? Then poet says, when I realized this thing, was that the day I came out of my dreamy phase of childhood? When did my childhood go? Again he asked. Was it when I found my mind was really mine to use whichever way I choose, producing thoughts that were not those of other people but my own and mine alone? Was that the day? So he's asking again himself that when did my childhood go? Was it when I found my mind was really mine? When I had power on my thoughts? When when I could control my emotion? When I could control my brain? Uh, when I can be more, uh, when I can be more mature? When I can act according to my own conscience? So was that the time when I was not acting on others' ways, others' decisions I was not following? So, was that the day when I lost my childhood? In the third stanza, the poet deliberates on the same question, but when he lost his childhood, he asked himself about possibilities. He's thinking about the possibilities. So, he's wondering about the day that when his mind was not his own, sorry, was his own, and he was taking his own decisions. He was not acting on others' choices. So he realized this thing when he sensed his own individuality and a separate personality, that he is a different individual. He has his own way of taking things, he has his own way of doing things, he has his own way of making the right choices. He's himself grown up. So here the thought of growing up comes, and here he thinks, was that the day I lost my childhood? Was that the day? Where did my childhood go? It went to some forgotten place that's hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. Infant, a newborn baby. So here the poet is saying that when did my childhood go? It went to some forgotten place that's hidden in an infant's face. That's all I know. So, infant, as you can see, is a newborn baby. So, he's saying that he's realizing that where the childhood must have gone, some forgotten place where he can't get it back, where no one can go and no one can take it back. So, in the last stanza, the poet uh, grieves about his lost childhood. He concludes that his childhood had gone to some forgotten place. which will never come back. He cherished his innocence, which vanished now and could be only seen in a baby's face. He only has sweet memories of his childhood, which would soon fade away. He also conveyed a message that the innocence of childhood stays till the time one is an infant, and that is all he knows. So, the poet, all in all, is now um being satisfied with the thought that, okay, my childhood has gone some distant place, a forgotten place, and it can't be taken back. I've grown up now, I can't be a child again. And he is trying to find that childhood, the beauty of the childhood, in the face of an infant, a baby's face. He's trying to uh, correlate with him that, oh, I used to look exactly like it. My innocence was there. He only has sweet memories of his childhood, which would soon fade away. He has all the sweet memories, all the good times he used to think, and he also conveyed a message that the innocence of childhood stays till the time one is infant, and that is all he knows. So he's staunch on his fact that now he realizes that childhood only stays till the time you're an infant, you're an you're a small baby, and it will soon fade away because you will grow, you will realize the harsh realities of the world, the cruelties of the world, the true color of the world, that all is not good, all is not white, all is not black. There is a lot of gray in between. Things are not that simple. People do not love each other, people hate each other. These are the thoughts that he has to live with. He has made his mind that yes, this is the fact. I am living a life which has no innocence left, which has my childhood gone, and I have to bear with it. I have to live a life of an adult without any innocence, without any charm of the childhood. I have to act like this. So, this is the thing that poet now has to live up with, and he has beautifully summarized the truth of life that time doesn't stay. People change, people grow, people move on. Time flies. You have to act according to the situation, you have to act according to the time. You can't be the same always. Your innocence is there till you're a child. You are now under pressure of the society. You have to make the society happy. Your happiness is nowhere. A child, he lives for himself. If he wants to play, he plays. If he wants to cry, he cries. If he wants to laugh, he laughs. If he wants to go out with his friends, he fights with his mother and goes out. But when you grow up, you have the responsibilities. You have the ill practices of the society that are around you. You have to bear with that. You have to see crime happening. You have to earn. You have to learn. And what not you have to do. This is the thought that poet is living with. And this is the thought that we all must have to live with. We all enjoy the many luxurious things of the life, but the beauty of the life is in that childhood only. The innocence, the time we share with our friends without any ill thought, without any bad thought about any friend, anyone. We are so innocent, we enjoy our life to the fullest. But as soon as we grow, the society makes us what we were never. A child is a pure heart, a pure soul, The child has a pure heart, a pure soul, a pure mind. He has nothing malice about anyone. And this is the thing that poet misses a lot. So I hope that you have understood the poem. This is what the poet tries to give it to you, that childhood is something that is the best phase of one's life and it can't come back. It has gone to a forgotten place, and you can just cherish childhood by seeing it on a newborn baby, on a newborn baby's face. As small kids are there, you can see your childhood in them, and you can just relive those moments, those lovely memories. But you can't go back to that phase. You can't be a child again. You try to be a child, you try to be innocent, but this this is the truth of life, that you are now a grown up. You have been filled with the realities of the world. You understand now everything, and it can't go back to that phase again. So this is what the poet has expressed in the poem, and I hope that you have understood it. So in case of any queries, please feel free to ask. And this is a very lovely poem. I hope that you have enjoyed it. I am Aman from Ardent Progressive School. You are watching PTO classes. Thank you so much for watching the lecture.